I'm Imposter Dev. I'm back again. I'm continuously struggling with my consistency. This is my fault, totally my fault. I don't know what happened to me. Actually, last couple of days when the US Iran war started, I am just completely got mad. I'm looking for updates in every minute uh, in the Facebook, YouTube, and whatever news media I can find. So I become brilliant means on that to get the new information. My screen time is more than 10 hours now, so this is devastating. So now I somehow manage myself to start the challenge again. This is kind of very weird for me actually. Uh, I couldn't sleep at night properly, so right now it's 9 a.m. in my time. I'm not sleeping from 4:30 to 9. So, and I went for sleep at 1 a.m. and I woke up at 4:30. I just slept only 3.5 hours. So, so I'm not complaining it. Actually, I'm not that much tired still now. So now let's start with this challenge. The challenge is transfer list 2. So we already built the transfer list earlier, so right now we have to build 2. So we can see the UI here. So build a component that allows transferring of items between two lists, bulk section selection and unselection of items, and adding of new items. Okay, so here we have a field that there we can add uh, some items, and then we can move from this side to this side, and also we can use this uh, button to select all or deselect all. So right now let's look at it. The requirements, what is saying us to implement. So there are two lists, each initially containing 4 items. Okay, initially it will have 4 items, so that is our default. um, Section each item has a checkbox that can be checked or unchecked. Okay, we will have that each 4 item is input field called checkbox, and then clicking on the checkbox at the top will select where I will select all items if none of or only some items are selected. Okay, so if not all of them are selected, then it will select all of them. That's it saying. So for that, and also it can unselect. So as we are thinking about that checkbox in the top. Okay. Okay, intermediate. So that's good. Transferring, uh, clicking on that single arrow will transfer that selected elements items and specified by the direction. I think there is only two, so it don't have that full item select pull list. Okay, item check reserved. Okay, button are disable if there is. Okay, okay, adding items in the button and text. Okay, assume that all items are unique, present value. Okay, okay, so let's make a default array left list and right list const right list. So that's it. So here we will copy our list to paste it here, then do such a thing so that we can remove this to this. Okay, now wait a bit. Okay, so here is our left list, same we will do for the right list. Okay, let's start the timer. How much time we have left to done this? So 40 minutes. So let me just prepare the data, then I will discuss about the solution. Okay, that's good. So wait a bit. This is annoying. Okay, what happens here? It is so now. So let's discuss about that solution. That for the rendering part, we will have a component that renders a list, so that, and that list will have a item component. There we will have a checkbox. So for this one it will be a full component. There will be a two section. This is the list, this will be the similar list, and also this will be the similar list. So this will be a full transferable list, then that item list, and then the selection. This will be the components, and also this will be the same thing, same component, like that adding. So we will have for rendering, for a granular approach, so we'll have a add component, then we'll have the info, then we'll have a list, and full of them will have a container. So we'll make that as container, and we will have two buttons here. So that's it for the rendering. So state, for the state we need something called that left state, right state. So that will determine that on that. So here you can see that we have that left state and right state. So we need to add something like added or not, like this way. So this will be the default value for now. So if we need it, then we can add it like that. So we have to maintain a checked state, so we can easily do it. So we need that checked state, how much value we have checked and how many are added in the list. So then we need two state for left list and the right list. There we will have that thing there in that state. And also, yeah, that's the thing we needed. And also for that, for adding, we need that couple of state. So we can easily maintain that selected state by filtering out the list, or we can have a state for that selecting one. Okay, so for the actual logic, so for the transferring, it is easy. So we'll have a button, and that will we will look for the selecting on, and then move around it. And also another thing for that, select all, which we will do easily. So that's it. So let's start with the rendering pattern first. So before that, let's start with that state and import those state so that we can easily work on it. Use effect. So that's the thing here we're doing. So now we'll have our view state here to define the state. So what state we are needed here? That left side and right side. So left and say left items. Okay, default left list and left list. Okay, set left list and it will be the right list. String default right list. So here as it is, but we need some more elements here. Name and checked by default false. So we are going to use this one as our base. So let's place it like this way. So we for that also we need to have some ID here, like we always needed. So for now let's keep at it. So we need to maintain the ID. So if something is duplicate, so for the default item, so we can do easily with 1 2 3. So that's the thing we needed here, right? So here we will do the similar thing. Okay, now our list will be here. The ID we are using, we should add the prefix or something, otherwise the key may be the same. Okay, let's keep as it is for now, but we can improve. So default left list, default right list. So our state is ready. So let's start with let's start with the component called add item field. That will be our on input field, which will determine that how can we add our elements. So return, we will return on input type will be text, and that will be required. So I think required. Okay, so let's just add this here. to show it. Okay, okay, now this should be inside a form. So here we need on add. So when we are adding this, we need to this to perform. So form. So this is the thing we need to do here. Here will be type for this submit, and on click let's change it handle item add. This is quite hard to name the properly. Not on click, it should be one submit. Let's add something called handle item add. Keep as it is. Okay, so whenever we are doing something, we will add it to that one. Or we can also use some state here to do that. So let's add a state on value set value use state value by default that. So value will be value, and let's say check it out that it is working test. Okay, it should have one change. So I'm getting distracted by that, so I am already implementing that logic instead of making the UI first then adding the logic. So let's have set value that target that value. So let's have target here. So now instead of doing this, we will call it with the value after changing it. So our adding form is done. So we can add some accessibility props here, so I will do later. I am already 12 minutes past. So let's start with something that completes the UI, then we will do our thing. So let's make a list component, so that will take a array that will iterate through that array and drawing the list item. So first what can I say, list. So there will be a list that will return a UL element with our value that is going to list. So that will do a map for us that we will get item, and that will return a list item. Sorry, so we don't want to return more of it, so we will add item dot name. So we are defining that we will always have name, so it is a JS file, so I cannot add let's do it. So let's press a key. So item dot id should be sufficient here. So our list is done. So so our list is done here. List is done here. We need to pass list with this parameter name is, it should have been items. List and list prop is contradictory. Items, so here will be items and that will be left list. Okay, now we need this component, so that will be the another component. What can I say here? Okay, okay. Okay, just for now, selected info, that will return element. Now it will return check box input type checkbox. So here we need this one. So checkbox, then we will have another thing called it shouldn't be div, it should be span, so that we don't have to write more thing. So here we will have free and poll selected. So just make it more visible. Okay, so it will render, it will take as a props for total items and selected. Just it will get 2 or 3 numbers. Total items will be here and selected item will be here. So total items should be let list dot len. It should be by default 0 and selected by default should be 0. So if we don't pass, it will do. So we will do that logic later. So our thing is done, but one thing is remaining. Here we need to add something more that we have to add here. So that let's copy the checkbox here. So now it is completed with our things. Okay, now Now what can we make from here? That this, right? Done. So now we will copy the similar thing here by removing this. So now we are okay. There is a typo here. RIGST GST typo here. So we are done with that. So our structure is completed. So let's go with that one. So class name should be transfer list. So here let's start with that transfer list. So we will use flex. Before that we need to add a border, 1 pixel solid. Gray should look good, and it should have let's add that is style, so all of the padding margin 0, so that, and let's add a box sizing border box so that we have things. So let's add padding around this container. Is 8 pixel is good. Let's add more, 10 pixels, and we need to do display flex. So before that we need to add another thing called our buttons. So let's add the button. So pause. Let's add that on, and let's add this one, right? So this is quite good. So let's start with align item center. So it shouldn't be center. Justify content space around so that it looks good. So if I do okay, for the bigger screen we should maintain a specific width so that it don't get, let's say 600 pixel is good enough for the thing. So let's take list as class name. Here should be list like this. Transfer okay, then this naming convention is, I will refactor it, but for now just to make it. So list is styled should be none, and padding should have like left right 0 and top bottom should be 5 pixel. Oh sorry, I miscalculated it. Top. Okay, then we have list and input. Like direct children of input. Then we will have margin 0 5 pixel and 0. It should see and 5 pixel. Wait, why I'm not getting this one? I want to add some gap. Sorry. It will 5 pixel. I was thinking about. Okay, now it's look good, right? So let's add something for this bro as well. First name, so info. So this class name is not good. Info, so they are not maintaining border top on pixel solid. Okay, so that we can get that border bottom on pixel solid bottom. This should be gray as well. Gray as well, and that should have margin top 10 pixel as well. So margin it will be 0. So this look good, right? Wait. Okay, now it looks good. Right, now it's look good, so let's add for buttons. It's also display flags, direction should be column. Okay, so I am not happy with the class names, but I am running out of time, so I'm in a hurry. I want to complete it. Okay, so that gap should be there. Gap should be 5 pixel. Okay, now it looks good. Okay, wait a bit. List item input. Why selected info. Where is info? Info. Direct input. Okay, we want to add this one as well for here, so it should have a padding should be 5 pixel. Yep, good. Okay, now we will add some margins in top, call the 5 pixel. 5 pixel. Why it is not creating a gap? Like, okay, so done. So let's not spend more time in designing. So let's remove that text here. So first start with this little functionality here. Let's start with the little functionality from this one for selecting fonts. So we will pass a let's find get selected count as a helper function that will take a list which will do for us list return list dot reduce. So let's handle for the error if there is no list. Return default state. So here we need to default state will be total items should be 0 count also 0 not selected okay selected 0. So here our thing, so here accumulator an item and why do I need a reducer? I can do it very easily with this one. So total items, so list dot length and then selected will be a normal filter list dot filter item dot checked. That's it. So we need these two. So So just do it like this. Get selected count with the right left list. Good. So let's make one of them true. So wow. Wow. I don't know why it is not working. Can't I pass that way? Wow. Hmm. Okay, that is not going to work then. So now we have to const left, then we will pass the list, so that will be our best case. So let's pass it and const get it from that get select count with that list, and that will have selected and total item. That is easy. So list will be our left list. Wow. Object and not. Well, children, why their guardian was set? Now I got the point. So that was my previous one is working. So though I have, so now it's also okay. So we have delegated that list will be right list. That is good. Now so okay. All of the functionalities that have to get completed. I need to complete it. I can't make any of them correct. So let's start with the selecting. So head make it equal const handle select, that will be select all of the thing, and this is it, and another one handle all selected, this is it. So we need these two for selecting. So let's start with the handle selection. So another one will be handle move, handle move. So that will be another case for us. Another one will be handle add, handle that will do something else for us. So let's start with the handle at. So we will get an index here, item index, that will set this is going to be another thing for us. Then so what else we can easily pass that on, and then select, right? So we can pass that set left list, so it will be easy, so we don't need this thing here. So that list will handle the task for us, so we don't need to do it in the parent at all. So let's remove it, but we need handle all select, so that is also not needed. So here we should have handle all select, that will do set at left list, so it will do similar thing for us, right? So we don't need this thing here at all. So we can also do something called okay, so let's start that thing. Let's go to the list component. So here we will get handle select function, it handle select. So whenever we are clicking on this one, so we will add on change and not this one right now, we have another, this one, right? Here we will have value, that will have item dot value, right? Item dot checked, right? And then we will have one check, right? On change or checked, change on change here we will have handle change, so we will do handle change, okay, handle change right now, right? So we will have target, so let's log the target. Actually I forgot about that. When we have checkbox, it's value or something checked on, right? Target dot check, right? To also it is checked, so and so we need here that, so it is unnecessary for that one to create another function. So here we should call, okay, no, right, it shouldn't have. So here we should have the id item.id and target event target. Right, here we will have a event, right? Here we will have id and target. So these will do the things for us. So now we will find our target and then we will do the thing. So let's new state will be our brief, right? And then return new state.map. So there is no need to new state, just do the brief.map and item will if item dot id equal id, then we do something, otherwise we'll do nothing. Add item checked will be target dot checked, otherwise return the item. Return item. That's it. So let's check it. Yes, it's working. Let's look it in the both side. It is working. Okay. Good. Now this thing is working. So now we need to implement this one. Handle all select or deselect. So these will be our goods. On click will call us for and change handle check. Here we will have the value false by default for now. We should have target. I'm convinced that should I do that thing? we can mm, do it without a target. Let's call the handle change. So we don't need this one, just call it handle change here. Handle change, handle change here. Whatever we got here, when we got it, so handles are selected. There we will need the prep. So we need here another thing. So first is, so here from here we can return another thing. So here directly return that partial selected false, all selected false, right? So we need, okay, not do it here, it is good here. Const so here it is now selected is less than total items. Selected equal total items. So this is our thing. Const checked value will be, if all selected is true, then false, otherwise it will be true. Right? So then we will do similar thing like return pay.map item return item with what I can say is checked with checked. So there is a spelling mistake. So here, so handle all selected. Wow. It is not working. Oh. Wow. It is changing this side as well. It only works for one side. Set right, set right list. Okay, it is working, but it is not rendering that one. Because why? Checkbox state partially selected intermediate. How can I do? Okay, so let's look at the check. Intermediate. Okay, indeterminate. So I have to make it indeterminate. How can I do it in checked will be partially selected will be indeterminate, otherwise empty. Why? Let's check it out. Why clicking on that here? It is rendering. True. I can tell you that this is the ID problem. Get get ID will be here we will get length and then we'll return a string with left or right side. Let's say by default it should be left. Okay, so left side desktop assignment +1. Okay, got ID 0 with nothing. Actually it is left. It will be 1. It will be 2. It will be 3. Same goes for 0 ID generation helper is not okay. So let's render it. No. Wait a bit, why this is not working? It should get a new props, right? When I am clicking on that checkbox, it should get a new list to render here. Okay, let's look at the list. Okay, it is not navigating. Let's look at the items. Okay, it is not the value, it's the check. Okay, okay. So I'm way more. So let's look. Okay, it's working, but I can't make it. How can I make it indeterminate? It is kind of weird that checkbox. HTML. Why I should do it with yes, here indeterminate false. So I am doing that same thing. Partially selected. less than, right? If I do, no. Why that is not working? Partially selected true. Yeah, it is working. It's true. Okay, let's just search for this property. Okay, this is not good at all. Okay, I don't know why it is not working without the ref. I have no idea. So this is working. That's fine. Now let's handle that thing and so also here we shouldn't do anything like adding something like so. Handle it. Should we set left items? Okay. Let's that. Submit. Submit should like this. I don't need it all. So value ID get ID with now the thing getting interesting. use suffix for left and right, what will be the so don't pass it, just return the new state dot then okay, and then checked should be false. Okay, good, return new state. Okay, here we should do even not prevent before prevent, oh sorry, even not prevent oh, if you are default, so it is working. So whenever we did that, then we should have that set value empty string testing. Good, 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 good. Testing. Yeah, right. So now let's try to move. Sleepy. It is not going to end. Okay. Let's do something called handle move. What is handle move for me? Yeah. Let's create two functions. Handler. So we will pass that handler from here and the list. On click, that will do our thing, and move. Handler will be set left item, not that. So if we try to do, then yes, set left item with that right list. So same thing will be here, but in alternative props. Handle move set right list with the left list. Okay. So const filter selected with list dot filter item dot check and return say and then state will be our prep wait on state, but before that we will do something. So it is pretty straightforward. Instead of filter selected, let's do It is selecting. It is, it is, it is, it is, it is. But this is creating a problem. So you are seeing that if I click on it, hmm, it is not moving from this. Okay, then our thing is we are doing thing wrong. Okay, then do it in a different way. Direction, we need the direction. So if we are moving to the right, then we'll do something. If we are moving to left direction or right direction, if we are moving to left direction, so here we are moving to the left direction, we are moving to the right direction. So this is going to be our case. Okay. If we are moving to left direction, then what we'll do, we will do right is dot filter. Filter, not filter, but should do a reduce. Reduce that will have accumulator item, and we will do something called selected. That will be empty array, and deselected will be empty array. And then we'll do something here. Selected, deselected. Okay. So here we will give item dot checked. If the item dot checked is here, then we will push deselected, push that item. Otherwise deselected, push item selected. Okay, right. CC, SCC. Good, all good. And whenever we are getting that, we will do set left list. So our left list will have like this way. So our left list and select it, and same thing goes for deselected. Okay, that will be our right side only. Deselected props will be there for them, right? Let's copy it and paste it. So similar thing just for at least, then just swap it to here to here. Good. Let's move. Oh, cannot read properties of these select. Hmm? Hmm. Now it gets interesting. Wait a bit. Why? I'm getting in the log that I have like accumulator, but why am not able to click on it? Um, this is strange. 158 accumulated deselected push. Here I have it. Let's log it. Good. Selected deselected. So let's refresh it again. Wait, okay, it's only work on the checkbox. It's getting error 1. Error 0. Fuck. Wow. I don't know. why it is getting that. Let's copy it. Let's click on this and click to left. It is empty array. Hmm. 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 You see that I have that array, but it huh? Right list reduced to selected. Uh, oh. First it is getting that and then it is undefined. Wow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. You were dumb, bro. You have to return the accumulator. Now you will see it is working perfectly. So, so, so. Ooh. Let's say this is wrong. Okay, let's make it disabled when the now you got it right. You should have that selected count here. Hmm. Hey, just run. So I cannot active until it is. So now our Hoo, hoo, hoo. There is some problem. Let's say I added it. It is entering to CSS enter. It is overriding something. See? I'm doing so. It's just totally overriding it. Let's say I'm adding React and move. It is returning. It is working perfectly for that TypeScript. Let's look at the list: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript. There is 4, and here is rectangular view as well. So I moved React. It is returning it, and then adding it is the React. So let's say I'm adding Angular and moving it. It's working, but whenever I try to it, so it just move the entire selection to here. Right list, set right list. Okay, so something with this one. Left list reduce, set line. Something is wrong. So left list, bro, you shouldn't copy the code. HTML move. So it is good. If you review the code, it is not the senior level of code. It's very beginner, but it's almost match all of the requirement. If this task is wanted me to do, but I'm pretty happy that I did that. Whatever time it takes, I think it's more than 1 hour. Like, not, it is obviously 1 hour. So you can see here 54 minutes. Then I refreshed it. Then I think I spent more, like extra 1 hour here. So I will look at the solution. I will compare my solution with that official solution. For now, take care, practice. Don't lose the consistency like mine. Okay, see you later.